Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting off Tunic. It's a game that's heavily inspired by The Legend of Zelda. Specifically, some of the old school games, kind of like Link to the Past. About a year ago, maybe less, we were playing 3D Dot Game Heroes, which was kind of like Atlas and From Software's take on the genre. And I just had so much fun with that, I decided to try again with this. So far, all we really know is that we play as a fox. It doesn't really tell us much aside from that. Okay, we got a stick. I think we can use this like a weapon. Yeah, so instead of giving us a wood sword, it just straight up gave us a stick to smash things with. But we really have to figure this game out as we go. It really doesn't tell us much or hold our hand in any way. It kind of just drops us in the overworld to figure things out. Okay, that's a dead end at the moment. These games almost play a little bit like a Metroidvania at times, where you need certain items to be able to progress in the overworld. So that's really just a temporary dead end until we can find some way to get past those blocks. I have to say, so far, the controls and gameplay feel great in this game. And it kind of has almost a chill atmosphere. I'm sure that's going to change at some point. Mostly just the music is kind of relaxing in this area of the overworld. It would be kind of nice to find a shield, but we'll kind of take things one step at a time here and see what we find. Ah, key. We have our first key and it looks a little unusual. Okay, so that kind of gives us an overview of the land below us. But we can't actually get down there because, again, it's blocked by some little square pieces that we can't seem to get past. Interesting. Instead of a Triforce symbol, it almost has a tricolor symbol. What is this? It almost feels like we've been transported into another world. Totally just a different vibe in this area. Okay, is this like a puzzle? We activate these blue, almost like tuning forks. And that should open the door. Whoa, okay, so we're walking on pretty much nothing at the moment. This game has taken a turn for the weirder. But again, it doesn't really tell us much yet. Is this like the fox goddess that's imprisoned in something? There's statues of her everywhere anyway. Okay, she's imprisoned, and it seems like we need to find or activate 3 different colors to get her out of there. Right, again, it doesn't tell us much at the moment, so we're just going to continue exploring. but it seems like that's a major objective, is to free her, because there's statues of her all over this island so far. Okay, this looks like where the key goes. Okay, so we found a page of the manual. Okay, next to the hero's grave, there's a picture of a sword. You really kind of got to study these manual pictures because they tell you a little bit about the game, even though there's no, like, English writing on them. I wouldn't even say English. There's no earthly writing on them. I don't think you can interpret that into any language, really. Okay, that way seems to be like a dead end. And again, we can't get past any of these blocks that are kind of in the way. Right, I'm assuming what we're collecting is money at the moment. It's nice that they put in the pots you can smash. And I don't know, again, what that does, because I can't read that. Kind of just taking the path of least resistance at the moment. Ah, we have another page from the manual. So it's telling us about the lock-on feature, how to use the shield. We can roll to dodge, it seems. It seems like you almost get a moment of invulnerability from dodging attacks as you roll. It's going to be an interesting mechanic. Okay, what do we have up here? We have a statue of that fox lady we saw. And we have one of those giant tuning forks that we saw in there as well, but we can't get up to it. We'll try this way around and hopefully this gets us somewhere. Oh, I hope that wasn't, I hope we can get back to the start of the game. I hope that wasn't a one-way ticket. Now, I have wanted to play this game for the longest time. Kind of just felt like the right time to play it. For those who don't know, some of these old school Zelda games were kind of how I started off the channel. Playing a lot of like ROM hacks and randomizers for some of the older Zelda games. So whenever I see these games that are heavily inspired by those old Zelda games and kind of get the formula very right and do it very well, I usually want to at least check them out. So kind of felt right to play this on here. Okay, now let's see what we found. Really want to find something that allows us to pass those blocks, because they seem to be blocking the majority of the pathways. Another thing that would be really nice to find would be some sort of map. So this overworld keeps expanding with no map. We're going to get lost very fast. It seems like that chest was all we could get to out there at the moment. There is more at the top of that, but we don't seem to have access to it yet. Okay, those statues with the fire seem to be healing and save points. Okay, so it's giving us some more information about some of this. So it tells us that if we lock onto enemies, we can roll to avoid damage. We can use shield if we find one. Okay, we're finding all sorts of items that I don't know what they're for. I know one of them seems to be a healing potion. So we now have that option on our HUD. Okay, so it seems like there's a dungeon up ahead we can head into. I'm hoping that path isn't blocked by anything. So nice to be playing one of these Zelda-like games again, and this one has kind of a chill vibe still to it. Again, I don't know if that'll last, but was actually planning on playing Starfield, but there's so many people playing that. Kind of felt nice to do something a little different and not just become part of the flood of the same content. I mean, I did that with Tears of the Kingdom, and there was just so many people playing that game. You kind of feel like buried as part of just more of the same content at times, so it's kind of nice to be playing something a little different. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this game is a lot of fun so far. If you have not played this game, it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, so there's a couple different paths here. Hero's Grave. And every time we see the Hero's Grave, there's a symbol of a sword, so I really want to check that out and see if we can find a better weapon. So on the list of things we absolutely need is a proper sword. I mean, a shield and a map are also up there, but I will take a sword for sure over this stick we're just kind of smacking things with. I wonder if there's any sort of heart containers in this game. Like, can we extend our health bar? Are we going to get any sort of armor that increases the damage we can take? We're starting to face tougher enemies now. There's a little bit of a difficulty curve increasing here. Okay, that opens the path up there. At least we're not at another dead end. Ah, that's a sword for us. Here lies the hero, and it almost looks like a statue of us. Kind of sad, but at the same time I'm glad we have a sword now, and now we can clear these blocks, so it's going to open up a lot of the places we couldn't go. Really feels like the world is now ours, because everything was blocked by these little square things that we can now chop out of our way. So now we need to go back out into the overworld and see where we can now explore that we couldn't earlier. Now, I've seen a lot of people play this game before. I haven't really seen playthroughs of it too much, so a lot of people I've seen pick up this game on YouTube have played this early game part, talked about how much they love the game, and then I just kind of never saw it again on their channel. So kind of makes me wonder if it becomes very difficult, or I don't know. It seems like a lot of people who played a little bit of it and then kind of put it down. So I'm hoping I can get through a whole playthrough of this. I'm usually pretty committed to that on the channel. Yeah, unless a game's broken or unplayable somehow, usually I always try and finish the games that I'm playing. I used to, when I was younger, get in the bad habit of, you know, playing a game, liking it, and then buying new games and getting into them and not finishing games. So I've been trying to play through one game at a time and complete them before I pick up a new game each time. It's been much more rewarding to play games in that way. Okay, so we've finally opened this path. Guardhouse 1. This looks like where we were earlier, the area we couldn't access. I think we were over there by that ladder earlier and just couldn't get over here. Still not really sure what some of these items I'm picking up do. Okay, we kind of have like a mini boss here. Guard captain. Considering we have no shield, this is kind of a tougher fight. Hopefully that means there's something important up ahead. Alright, what do we got? Oh, it's just another healing potion. There's got to be some reason to fight through that to get up here, though. Okay, we must be approaching something. Wow, this game is a lot of fun. Ah, it's one of those color tuning forks. Ring and strike. Okay, so we've activated the first one of these. Not sure if maybe if we activate enough of them, if it'll allow us to free that fox goddess we found imprisoned earlier. Because they're all associated with color, and the colors seem to be imprisoning her. But that's just kind of me speculating at this point. So now we're back to an area we were in earlier, except now we have a sword and we're more powerful. And now some of those dead ends we couldn't pass before will open up to us. Yeah, when we came here originally, we couldn't hack our way through all of that. So I want to see if there's anything we missed before we go along that new path up there. It would also be nice to get back to a healing and save point. Okay, it looks like the ladder's up there to get back. We don't seem to have a way to get across from here. Yeah, so now I can go off to the left there if I take out those blocks. Really couldn't go that way earlier. But it looks like there's a ladder leading down to the beach here. So anyway, now that we're back to where we started, I think we're gonna call it here. So I hope you'll come see more of this game next time on the channel. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.